Hi, everybody. Janet Eichhorst here. Welcome to episode 9 of this podcast series. I am feeling a bit of ridiculousness right now, and so I thought this is a great time to record episode 9. I can be serious, and sometimes seriousness is warranted, right? Because it just is. And so I'm kind of enjoying this lighter moment. And so, what I want to talk about today is how can we enjoy this moment no matter what? And enjoy might be a little strong of a word, depending on the state that you're in. Perhaps you could consider the word appreciate, right? I I've talked a lot about this and I probably will continue to talk about it, but there's like this sweet spot where I'm not kind of in the muck. And when I'm in the muck, it's kind of my perception, it's kind of my view that things are a bit too heavy and maybe I'm a bit too attached. I was taking a class one time from this guy who taught non-duality, and you can look into that if you want to, but it's, basically, I loved going to this guy's class when I felt like things were getting too real, and what I mean by that is I really feel like know that we're in this projection of reality. And so, yeah, we're in physical bodies, absolutely. And it's all energy, right? And it's all a form of projection into this reality. So when I get too serious in that too serious sort of way, where I think things are too real, I get worried, I get fearful, and I'm kind of too attached to the whole thing. Today, I had this experience where my neighbor here fell and he's in rehab. And so I'm talking to his cousin and helping make arrangements for what he needs right now. And so anyway, I don't know this woman very well. And she kind of looks at me and she's like, "Well, you seem like somebody that doesn't really have a fear of death." And I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, kind of not, because I probably will have fear of death at some point in my life. And I also know that this isn't the be all end all, right? My physical existence is simply my physical existence and experience I'm having. And I know myself and I know all of you to be so much more, right? So that helps me, that perspective, and how I can enjoy, appreciate, be as light as I can, even when I'm serious about my experience. And it's interesting the death thing came up because, part of this might be I've been through these huge physical changes. I mean, what I talk about in these podcasts is very real to me. I'm speaking from my experience. This isn't theoretical stuff at all. And so I talk about what I know and what I'm guided to talk about and what feels relevant right now. And then after I record these podcasts, I get another level of what I'm talking about in terms of energetically processing or energetically being present to what the topic is, which means there is some processing sometimes, and there's deeper levels of awareness and just a deeper experience here. So these podcasts are timeless, they are dynamic, and they continually will bring in more for you whenever you listen to them or watch them, right? So back to this death thing, my physical body, so embodiment is real, and it takes what it takes to get these higher vibration, these higher aspects of me, these other dimensional aspects of me to be here accessible and usable in this physical form. And so one of the things that happened to me recently, and I talked about this a little bit, I don't know, a couple podcasts ago, is that um, my thyroid ended up getting to a dangerously low level. And I didn't plan on this happening. There was circumstances, this wasn't my intention. And what happened is that when your thyroid gets super low, that's your endocrine system. That's how your body is powered and wired here, right? It became this giant reset because organs will shut down if your thyroid is too low. That's just what happens. There aren't enough resources for your body to operate. So part of me, not being kind of in my lighter, more ridiculousness sort of form of Janet might be that my physical body had been requiring more of me to simply function as I went through this reset. And I don't have any regrets about it. I don't have anything about that. I really trust in the implicit process of how my soul's experiencing things here. And I know for myself, like that was a giant reset, right? And I honor it completely. So I'm really appreciating that now part of my ridiculousness and lightness and funness is back. And I'm sure that'll cycle around too. The term, this too shall pass, is true. Some moments we just get these really beautiful, just incredible moments. And then other moments, well, I can consider them all incredible myself, but some of them have deeper emotions that can be more challenging for us to feel, including pain and including deep levels of fear or processing trauma or whatever it happens to be. And most of us enjoy the lighter ones. And I know that I'm here to experience all of it. And I don't want to be too attached to one experience versus another. And I appreciate it all. So in this moment, how can you, as an embodied being of love light, enjoy this moment more? Are you overly attached? Are you underly attached? What are you focusing your time and your energy and your resources on? Have you forgot to do those things that really bring you great joy? And what are those things? Have they changed? Have they shifted? I mean, I continually check out how much time I'm spending in nature. I continually check out, am I getting too habitual? Am I too ritualistic in my life and how I'm living? I'm one of those people that needs to break it up. I'm not happy unless I'm on kind of that expansive edge because that's what I want to experience here. And if you're one of those people that the more routine stuff fits for you, fantastic. And are you doing that in a way that is really bringing you the most joy possible? Everything is so individualized here. Everything. Are you spending time with people that help you feel lit? Are you talking enough to those people? Are you seeing them? Is there somebody that you would just love having a conversation with that you haven't talked to in a while and you're kind of being stingy with yourself in terms of not talking to them? Is there something on your, I don't know, what do they call that, bucket list that would really bring you great joy that it's time actually to do or to have that experience? We are really in the driver's seat here in terms of choices that we make. We don't get to control outcomes here in the way that our small minds think. And we get to make big choices on how we're navigating and how we're spending time and just all the choices that we make here. So let's drop in together. However, you do that for yourself into your true essence, the stargate of your heart, mind, body, spirit. Whoo, all of you. Hi, let's just drop in for a minute. And I want to say, let's have some joy codes here. And joy is very individualized. It might be very exuberant and it might have a very quiet aspect, and you might have a very dry sense of humor. Whatever it is for you, whatever that joy is. I just want to say, activate the joy codes, right? Whatever that means. And I also want to invite you to breathe into your cellular structure. Whew. So you have the ability to turn on. It's what it can feel like sometimes. Turn on, allow that level of joy that's wired into you to be here now. Now, there could be some stuff in the way. Don't worry about that right now. Just focus on the pure essence of the divinity of your cells, of the smallest particulates of yourself, even within those cells. Focus on that. And let's be kind of loose about it. Joy codes turn on. Joy. Joy. Ooh, there you go. Align and allow yourself to experience that. So just focus on that love, that light, that very strong presence of your divine essence. That's yours. Nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can stand in the way of it. It's your birthright to have that access to that divine essence and to have it be as strong as you need it to be now. So play around with that. Turn up the volume. Whoop. More divinity now. Use your breath. There you go. Drop in, align. It's more of the true you. Accurate. And it's cellular. You have a cellular expression, a particulate, atoms. Is on your DNA. Oh, there. Okay. So let your DNA do whatever it needs to do to be more divinely aligned. DNA. Be divinely aligned. Allow me to access more love light that's in alignment with my true form now. Help me to appreciate, enjoy, relish every breath, every heartbeat, every experience, even if it's uncomfortable. That's the capacity you have. You don't have to turn away. You don't have to ignore. You can allow yourself through that breath to have more access to that divine essence of you, which allows you to have a level of presence, strength, and light. So to see when you breathe, if you can feel like your ribs expand. There's intercostal muscles in between your ribs. Allow those to be more flexible. Say, hey, intercostal muscles, more flexibility, please. This is a blueprint, allowing your blueprint, your pure divine blueprint, the most perfect form of you to be here now. More accessible. It really does allow such a deep appreciation. So just kind of, I want to say, turn around and look at yourself like your divine essence. Just see yourself. Allow yourself to see yourself in a pure form. Such beautiful, however it shows up. Light, color, geometries, different shapes and forms, dimensions of you might show up. Allow yourself to see yourself as the beautiful, amazing one that you are. And use your breath to allow all of you to know that, even the ones that might be wounded, sad, grieving, in pain, especially those parts. And allow them to communicate. So, sort of the stronger essences of you, those might be your dimensional aspects, hold space and assist. This is the way it feels like the parts of you that are struggling, and allow them to be more unified within you so that you are more whole. This form of you already exists, but there's like a physicalization of it. There's more access of you, and allows that form of you, that version of you to be here that has that level of wholeness. So it's almost like a surrender. You kind of drop into a stillness, and then you allow yourself to be that brighter version of yourself, no matter what's happening around you. And it doesn't mean that you won't experience perhaps some clunkiness, if your body's doing some releasing or some integrating or some recalibrating. That happens. And you can still appreciate that moment and have the best feeling and appreciation for you and your life here. And the trick is allowing that access of your divine essence to be kind of driving the bus and being in that space of that. Energies are very strong here. Just breathe. Enjoy and appreciate this moment. It's incredible. When I get this feeling of God consciousness, I'll say, there's nothing like it. And that's what allows us to appreciate and enjoy this moment. And that doesn't have to be that super exuberant outward experience. There's a level of groundedness in it. You feel that? Just kind of like, woo! I feel like we just need to close now and stop here and allow you to be in this state for as long as you want to. So much love to you, so many blessings, right? Share, comment, like. Love to hear from you. And above all, allow yourself to be this version of you that's off the charts amazing. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye for now.